Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel for your Chelsea versus Fulham Premier League match preview. Chelsea playing on a Friday night. We get the game over and done with at the beginning of the weekend, and hopefully Chelsea can start what needs to be a big run of results. We played against Fulham a couple weeks ago. We were beaten. We even conceded a goal against former Chelsea Brazilian Willian. But tonight, the onus and emphasis is on the new signings. Ben Chilwell, Reece James coming back from injury as well. They're expected to feature, but not for 90 minutes. So, we could see an Enzo Fernandez debut today. As long as the paperwork is filed before 4 p.m, then the work permit will be granted. Chelsea did the best job they possibly could yesterday to try and hide the images with Enzo Fernandez in the training photos. There's some zooming in and hand on hips and hair diagnosis that's been done relatively well. I'd say that you can't really tell from zooming in that it is Enzo, but it probably is Enzo. So yeah, we're going to go into my lineup for today. Before we do that though, we're on the final stretch to 250,000 subscribers. So if you're not yet subscribed to the George Benson Football Channel, I'd love to ask you to do so. And as well as that, hit the like button on this match preview. If we can hit 3,000 likes before kickoff, then we're going to score at least 3 goals tonight. I think we actually will score at least 3 goals tonight. We're going to build my Chelsea team. But I think once more, I think it's important here we've got to understand that a couple of weeks ago against Fulham, we were beaten and they were significantly better than we were. We were good for 60 minutes and then João Felix gets sent off. And this is the final game that he will miss through that suspension as a result of being sent off in that game. Chelsea will miss Felix again tonight, but as a result of all of the new signings that have come in, the potential for an Enzo Fernandez debut, Mudryk Stamford Bridge debut, I think he scores tonight by the way. MUDRYK could play, Raheem Sterling's coming back from injury, Reece and Ben as well. I don't think either of those two will start, but the fact that we can call up both Ben Chilwell and Reece James from the bench does fill me with a lot of optimism. We have got no Mateo Kovacic, he's out. Obviously we sold Jorginho, so he's not available. N'Golo Kante isn't ready yet, but slowly but surely, we're seeing this Chelsea team mould back together again. We've had such a torrid run of injuries during the course of this season. We are ready to build my Chelsea starting 11 for this game against Fulham tonight. We begin with the goalkeeper. It is Kepa Arrizabalaga. Edouard Mendy's still out. Bettinelli is on the bench. Kepa keeps his place in goal. Despite the talks that we might be trying to sign a new keeper, I think Kepa still really does want to make it at Chelsea Football Club in the long run. Obviously, he's made it now because he's back as the number 1. But I think long-term wise, Kepa wants to keep his place. We move into a back 4. I've gone with a back 4. I think Enzo's come in to be seen as one of those players in a midfield pivot. Right now, with no Kante, no Kova, I think the best combination before we can go ahead and maybe buy Declan Rice, maybe Bellingham, maybe Moises Caicedo, maybe Romeo Lavia. Those are the 4 names that have been touted for the summer. But until then, I think Enzo Fernandez will be used in a pivot. So therefore, Chelsea will go to a 4 at the back. I think it is also gives us potential to see more of the brilliant attacking talent that Chelsea have brought in. And I think if we're going to use a back 3, we've got to be doing that when all of the playing personnel are back fit and ready, if that's what we wish to do. So the back 4 is Trevor Chalobah, right back, next to Thiago Silva, Badia Schil in the middle, and Marc Cucurella is the left back who starts this game tonight. I'm so worried about reoccurrences of injuries to both Reece and Ben Chilwell that if Graham Potter says to me, or he says to all of us in the preview yesterday in the press conference, they're not ready for 90 minutes, then we don't start them for this game. I think the hype that Chelsea have got in the lead up to this match, with all of the excitement, the fans are going to be behind Chelsea at Stamford Bridge tonight in a very big way. We got nothing to lose now between now and the end of the season. And over the next 2 weeks, it is our job as fans to back the team in these games that seem like nothing now in the Premier League. We've got to give it a go to try and make the top 4. And we need to build momentum before that game away in Dortmund in less than 2 weeks' time in the Champions League. That is what we're playing for. And I think tonight, I don't see Reece and Ben starting. Trev, we've seen him pretty decent on that right-hand side. When we go forward, you'll see where I've gone with up front. And I think as this game goes on, maybe not everybody starts. I think Graham Potter might not risk starting everyone. But I think one player who's got to start because, well, who else is available to play in this pivot? If Enzo Fernandez gets granted the work permit on time, which he should do, then he starts tonight. Enzo Fernandez in a midfield pivot with Conor Gallagher. I think what we see here with these two is a lot of fight, a lot of determination, a lot of movement, and a lot of fluidity. I think Enzo will probably be that anchor man. Obviously, right now, there is a bit of an issue between communication. Graham Potter said that he's needed to use an interpreter so far to communicate with Enzo. He's obviously still young. Argentinians, not always the quickest to learn their English. It's not like Spain, where logistically, geographically, it's close to one another. He isn't speaking English right now. But I think the quality of footballer that we've bought here, that's going to come with the way that he acts on the pitch. I think communication might be slow verbally between now and the first couple of weeks, couple of months. But because of how good of a footballer Enzo Fernandez is, players around him will trust him enough so that not necessarily verbal communication will have to be the way around things on the pitch. We move into the forward line. We've got 4 attackers here. Raheem Sterling starts on the right. I think he is fit and ready, but he's not fit and ready for 90 minutes. But he starts this one. Mount through the middle. Mudryk on the left with Kai Havertz furthest forward. I've not started Enzo Mudryk because he is young. He's 20 years old. I don't think... I'm curious, probably as much as anyone else, about Enzo Mudryk because we've seen the videos of him at PSV. He looks like a serious talent. But I just think maybe Chelsea, Graham Potter, if he risks all of these players coming in, making debuts tonight, yes, it's exciting for the fans, but we do need a bit of experience in there. We need to understand that Fulham are having such a very good season. We cannot just let the excitement of having Enzo debut, Mudryk Stamford Bridge debut, potential Mudryk debut. We can't just allow all of these things to override the fact that we're still talking about a team that haven't played together very much, or if at all, before. I think there's no doubt tonight we see a Chelsea starting 11 that we have never seen before. That is pretty much a given. But Fulham are a really good team. And I think Chelsea should not be underestimating our opposition. And I think the experience of Sterling, you could even argue the experience of Mason Mount. I know he's not been playing so well, but I do think now that these signings have come in, now that there is genuine, serious competition for places in this Chelsea team, I think Mount is going to elevate his game. And I think Graham Potter tonight will give him the start. And that is my starting 11. Enzo Mudryk can make the difference off the bench. João Felix, of course, still suspended for this game tonight. So, we wait and see. My score prediction, I do think Chelsea will get the win tonight. I think we will score goals. I think there is going to be a lot of players out there on that field tonight who are absolutely desperate to make a serious impact. Now, my score prediction is Chelsea 4, Fulham 2. Crazy to think, considering we've not had any goals recently in the team. I think Mudryk gets 1. I think Mason Mount gets 1. I think Kai Havertz gets 1. And I think Thiago Silva also scores tonight. And 2 assists for Enzo Fernandez in his Chelsea debut. Let me know what you think of my starting 11 in the comments down below. I've gone with a mixture of exciting new players and also the Sterling one for Mudryk. I want to see Mudryk play, but I also just think Sterling coming back. Again, another player who's going to be fighting to make it now with all of the competition queuing up behind. But anyway, let me know your score prediction in the comments down below. Let me know your Chelsea starting 11, and I'll speak to you guys in the live stream that I will be doing tonight at around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon UK time. So stay tuned to the channel. Get the bell notifications turned on so that you do not miss the stream, and make sure you tune in because we're going to be doing like a little pre-show. Maybe give Eunice, Matisse, Jan, whoever you want me to give a little call in the Chelsea community. We'll try and get some people on. But yeah, come on you Blues, we need a win.